Hey, it's me, duncte123, and welcome back to another menu docs tutorial. Today we're gonna start off where we left off last time, which is with our ping command and our command manager. So what we're gonna do first, we're gonna open our build.gradle file, where we have all our dependencies listed, and we're gonna update JDA. Because JDA has released a new version, and it's important to stay updated, in my opinion. So we're gonna import that. What we're also gonna do is, someone complained to me about this, we're gonna import logback, which is a logging tool for Java, and it allows us to format our logs. So let's import these changes real quick. When this is done, in our main folder, we're gonna create a new directory and we're gonna call it resources. And in our resources folder, we're gonna create a new file called logback.xml. And I'm gonna paste this code in here. And don't worry about this code. I don't know what it means either, but you can copy paste this from the tutorial code linked in the description. Next up, we're gonna come over to our command manager. And first off, we're gonna make this class public, because we're gonna need it in some other classes in a few seconds. We're gonna create two methods, and you'll see why we make those methods later. So first off, we're gonna make a method that returns all the commands. So we do public collection I command get. I can't type on this keyboard anymore. Commands. And that returns commands.get return commands.values. Why isn't that called get values? That's so stupid. And we're gonna make a method to get a command. So we're gonna do hello keyboard public I command get command, and in here we're gonna pass a string for the name, and we're gonna return commands.get name, and this will return a possibly null thing, and this add not null, just for some safety in there. Next up, we're gonna come over to our listener class, and we're gonna make some changes here as well. First off, we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna make a constructor. Because this is package private, so you just can type listener command manager and this dot manager equals the manager. Next up, we're gonna create a logger instance. So we're just gonna create a private final logger. Let's make sure that it's from org.slf4j. Logger is equal to logger factory.getLogger and listener.class. So, and I'm gonna do this because I want to replace all these system outs with logs so it looks pretty and stuff. So let's do that real quick. There we go, and now all our system outs are replaced with a logger. And they will get logged in this format, which is the format that I plugged off the internet. Next up, in our main class, we also have some changing to do. We're just gonna go above here. First off, we're gonna get our command manager. So command manager equals a new command manager. Then we're type listener equals a new listener with our command manager. And finally, we need our logger, so do logger equals logger factory dot get logger main dot class. And we can replace this listener over here with our listener instance. And this can be replaced with logger.info. So it all looks a bit nicer. There we go. So right now we're gonna go to the main objective of this episode, which is creating the help command. And a help command can get pretty complex. And we did all those changes because our help command needs an instance of the command manager to obtain the command and its values. So in our commands package, we create a new class called help command. Yeah, let's add that. It implements I command. Let's import those methods. It's gonna need our command manager, so we're gonna do the same as with our listener. Private final command manager and public help command manager. It is dot manager equals manager, and let's instantly register this command in our command manager. So we're just gonna type add command new help command, and because we need our command manager in here, we can just type this. That's easy enough. Just a really quick thing, if you don't have this public class and it's package private, the help command can't access it. That's why you need to make it a public class. So let's create our invoke, which is help. And let's get our help message, which is shows a list of all the commands. And let's do that new line thing again. Usage constants.prefix get invoke and an optional command parameter. There we go. So the way this command is gonna work, we can do j help for a list of the commands, or we can do j help command name to get this help of a command. So let's do the just sending of the list first. For that, we're gonna check if the args are empty. And let's return already. And I don't want to do this in the handle method, the code for this, but I want to do this outside of the handle method. So I'm gonna create a new method for that. I'm gonna call it generate and send embed. So we do private void generate and send embed. And this is gonna take in a guild message received event. And you see me type the word embed over here because we're not gonna use a normal text message. We're gonna build a rich embed for this. To send embeds with JDA, you need the embed builder class. So we're gonna get the embed builder. Builder is a new embed builder. We're gonna set the title to a list of all my commands. Colon. And next up, we're gonna get the description builder, which is a string builder. So string builder. I'm just too lazy to type this, so I'm gonna go paste this. Description builder equals builder dot get description builder. And now we need to get our commands. So we're just gonna type manager dot get commands, and we can just for each that we get a command in here, which is a lambda expression. Oh, I can't type a command apparently. And we're just gonna do, we could either use the description builder, which is I'm gonna do, or you could use append description. I'm gonna use the description builder. I'm just gonna do append this character. Then we're gonna do append command dot get invoke, and we're gonna append a new line. That's it. And next up, we're gonna send the embed, which is event.getChannel.sendMessage builder.build, and queue the rest action. And I'm gonna add a little comment above this, which is a permission check to see if the bot can send embeds. Because if the bot cannot send the embed, this will throw an exception. And it's just better if you send it in plain text instead of saying, oh no, I need the send embeds permission. In my opinion, the permission check and then send in plain text is better. So what we're gonna do next is actually call the method. Get invoke. I can't type it. I never seem to be able to type anything. So generate and send embed event. And we're gonna run our bot now. You can see that the logs are actually really neatly formatted and we have new lines. I forgot to remove the new lines in here because they're already configured in our logger. There you go. But yeah, now this looks a bit ugly with the new lines, but that's fine. And if we're gonna go to Discord and pull this thing, if we type !help, you see that we have help and that we have ping. So type !help ping, nothing happens yet. And we're gonna do that right after I get a little drink because my throat is starting to get a little dry. And I'm back with some water even though you didn't notice I was gone. So let's create our method to get the command. Command equals manager.get command. We're gonna string.join. Join to 1, so all the arcs are in 1, and we're gonna get the arcs. And this will join all the arguments into one string for us. Next up, we're going to add an if statement to see if the command is null. So if command equals null, we're going to send a message and return. And the message we're going to send is this command does not exist. Use constants.prefix dot. And we're going to append to get invoke for a list of commands, and we're going to send that off. Just for the fastness of this tutorial. Next up, we're going to create a little string. So we do string message equals command help for command dot get invoke. Oh, what am I doing? And we're gonna do a backslash n, and we're gonna append on command dot get help, and we're gonna event dot get channel dot send message dot queue. There you go. So just a quick recap of what we just did. We get the command from the manager and we join our arcs to one string. Next up, we're going to check if the command is null, and if it is, we're going to send a message saying that the command doesn't exist. And otherwise, we're gonna send the usage for the command with the name and the evoke to the channel. So let's run this now and go back to Discord. So what we can do now is JHelp to get a list of the commands. And we can do JHelp ping, for example, to get the help for ping. J exclamation mark help to get the help for the help command. And if we get the command that doesn't exist, J help subscribe to menu docs. You can see that it doesn't exist. Actually, what I want to do is saying the command. Those are 3 quotes. Let's just store this as a string. String joint and joint. This is what I love about this. Reload changed classes. And if we run this now, we should get the command subscribe to menu docs doesn't exist. But what you also can see is that this embed has an ugly gray color, which I want to change to have a random color every time that we run the command. So it's gonna shut the ball down. And under this generate and send embed method, we're gonna create a private method which is gonna return a color and get random color. Import the color class from java.awt. Just make a quick comment here because we need to get a random. And let's import that above our command manager. So private final random equals a new random object. So first off, we need to get our RGB, our red, green, and blue, which are floats. So float R equals random dot next float. And we can also do this for our green and blue. And we can just return a new color with red, green, and blue. And in our embed builder, we can do set color, get random color, and that should now return a random color every time that we run the command. So let's wait for it to boot up. And if we run help, it has bluish color. Next it is a different color. That is a different color again. And that's how we can get a different color every time that we run the command. And this was the tutorial for this time. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I see you guys in the next JDA tutorial. Bye!